Drivers behind the line, starting in 3, 2, 1, rebuild.
The autonomous period lasts for 20 seconds. That's what you're witnessing now. All those robots moving pre-programmed and human players tossing some of that stored away fuel, trying to get points for their alliance. Each of those yellow spheres called fuel is worth 1 point throughout the entirety of the match, both now in autonomous, tally-up, and in the endgame period. Exiting the autonomous were scores 12-1 in favor of the Red Alliance. Red Alliance will get that advantage during tally-operated period then, with the Blue Alliance getting that first shift. First 10 seconds here is the transition period. Both those hubs were briefly active. Blue Alliance now getting that first dedicated hub time. Red Alliance gets that opportunity to pick up some of those game pieces called fuel and store them away for their future scoring opportunity. Team 10-172 hanging out on their side of the field, trying to collect some of those fuel and getting ready for their alliance mates. Team 10-18 is in the center of the field, getting some of that bumper-on-bumper action, picking up some of that fuel and shuttling it onto their side of the Alliance station. Now that the Red Alliance hub is active, they're trying to score as much of that fuel as possible. Galactech and their teammates trying to volley as much fuel into their active hub. Blue Alliance now playing Hungry Hippo, trying to pick up as much fuel as possible. A lot of that's still available in their outpost and on the other side of those bumps. 6 seconds remaining in that active period for the Red Alliance. We'll now head over to the Blue Alliance. Score is currently 22-43. Both of these teams have received one of those shifts of an active hub, so we should be out just about parity. Red Alliance with a slight advantage. Blue Alliance trying to make use of this active hub time to score some of those game pieces. They're trying to collect them off the field of play, but many teams can also get advanced fuel through their human player station, the Outpost. Just under 6 seconds remaining in the match. Red Alliance getting that active hub period again. Galactech, one of our home teams, launching a volley of fuel, having some issues agitating it and getting it into their launcher mechanism, but still able to throw a good amount up there and get points for their alliance. Teams making their way towards that ranking point threshold, 100 required for that first one. Red Alliance about halfway there with 47 of the 10. Blue Alliance has 10 of those 100. Last 30 seconds is the endgame period. Teams making their way over to their towers where they can get elevated off the ground for additional points. Many teams will continue to launch fuel. That's where they found the most valuable points are worth. 10-172 APEC Archers trying to sneak a couple more fuel into their Alliance hub before the match runs out. Crypto Creek doing the same for their Alliance, but that's all we had for this match. And here are your scores for qualification match 10. Your winners, it's the Red Alliance. Red Alliance taking it with a score of 64 to Blue Alliance's 38. Red Alliance going to get 3 of those ranking points for winning the match. 2 of those Alliance partners heading up in the rank.